Welcome to the Inspire Collective podcast, where our goal is to inspire Christian men and women in the marketplace with all they need to positively influence those around them for God's kingdom. My name is Chris Bowen, and today we're tuning in to Dave Martin's segment of the Inspire Activation Challenge, a 7-week challenge created to activate individuals in key areas of their life. In today's segment, Dave Martin will give practical tips, tricks, and strategies that you can utilize to ensure your success in any endeavor. Let's get started. Would you welcome with me Dr. Dave Martin as he speaks? God bless. Take it away, sir.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Wow, man, I'm so excited to be with you tonight here on the Activation Challenge. Let me tell you right now, if you have ever done anything right, you did something right by tuning in with me for these next few minutes. I believe what I want to share with you could be a major turning point in your life. Let me ask you a question. Would you like to be doing better than you're doing right now? In some area of your life, I'm sure most of you are saying, yeah, I can think of 2 or 3 areas. If you're not doing as well as you'd like to be doing, it just means there's something you don't know. Now, when I first heard that, I went from being a know-it-all to being a learn-it-all. You know, it's funny, a lot of times people think, oh, I know about that. Yeah, I know. It's usually your broke cousin, too, that knows everything, isn't it? I've already tried that. But I found that successful people constantly learn and grow. One of the habits of successful people is they continually are learning themselves. There's a great quote by Sir Edmund Hillary. You ever heard of Sir Edmund Hillary? He's the first man to ever summit Mount Everest. Now, he's not the first person to try, but he's the first person to make it to the top. You know what I found out also? He didn't make it to the top the first time he tried. That's what I always thought. I thought, well, Sir Edmund Hillary got up one day, went up, said, I'm going to climb Mount Everest, and he made it to the top. I found out that he didn't make it the first time. He didn't make it the second time. He didn't even make it the third time. Finally, though, he kept adjusting, changing, getting the different equipment, whatever he needed, but he said this. And he looked at Mount Everest, and he spoke to his mountain. You ever heard anybody doing that? That's actually in the Bible, isn't it? Speaking to your mountain. Here's what I'm going to show you today. There's a big difference between the person of Jesus and the principles of Jesus. The person of Jesus prepares you for heaven, but the principles of Jesus prepare you for earth. And there are ungodly people using godly principles and achieving ungodly results, while the church, while people that believe in Jesus don't know the principles, don't understand the principles, wonder why we struggle, why we're not getting as far ahead as we could be, and yet there's these simple principles like speaking to your mountain. Sir Edmund Hillary went and he looked at Mount Everest. He said, I will come again and I will conquer you. Because as a mountain, you cannot grow, but as a human, I can. As a human, you have extraordinary God-given potential on the inside of you. And that potential can grow as your wisdom grows, as your understanding grows. And so I want to take just a few minutes and give you some wisdom today. See, the difference between where you are today and where you want to be. We all said, I'd like to be doing better than I'm doing right now. Well, the difference between where you are and where you want to be is what you know. What you know can make all the difference in the world. A guy came to fix one of our computers one day, and he was in there tinkering around for a few minutes. He came out, he said, I got the computer working. Everything's good. He handed me a bill for $300. I'm like, you were in there for just a couple of minutes. What in the world cost $300? Can you give me? He said, I'll give you an invoice. He wrote a couple things on the paper, handed it to me. I looked at it, said, turn screw, 1/2 inch, 50 cents. Knowing which screw to turn, $299.50. Sometimes it's what you know that makes all the difference in the world. Now, if you want tomorrow to be different than today, you've got to learn something today that will make tomorrow different. And that's what we're going to do today. I wrote a couple things down I wanted to share with you. Just so you know a little bit about me, I've had the opportunity to work and do some coaching with some of the greats, whether it's great on the business, in the business field, whether it's great on the baseball field. We've been able to work with a lot of champion athletes, Grammy-winning artists, actors, politicians, and I've had the opportunity to share the stage with the greats like Les Brown and the guys from Shark Tank, Damon John, Tony Robbins, places I never dreamed, opportunities I never dreamed, but to coach people and lead people. And so today, for the next few minutes, I'm going to be your success coach. And I'm going to walk you through just a couple things here. And I'm not crazy enough to think all of you heard of me and you're just here because there's the Activation Challenge, which is something incredible that you're going to get an opportunity to get a hold of with this new magazine called Inspire that's going to help you. But I believe that what I'm going to share with you can be a major turning point for you today. Just one piece of information can stop a world of pain. You may be struggling. How am I going to ever get to this? I was sitting in the lobby of the Island Hotel with Kobe Bryant. And Kobe and I were talking. He had set the record for the most missed shots in the history of the NBA. How'd you like to have the record for the most missed shots? Now, amazingly, 7 days after he set the record for the most missed shots, he passed up a guy by the name of Michael Jordan for the most points scored during his career. The same guy with the most missed shots now passes up one of the greatest players of all time for the most points scored. They said, "How did you do it? How did you do it?" He said, "I just took another shot." How simple is that? I just took another shot. You cannot let the fear of failure or the fear of criticism keep you from trying again. As I have studied and worked with some of the greats in all different industries, I found one thing for sure, that they were not going to let failure stop them. They were not going to let mistakes keep them from getting up and taking another shot. My friend Evander Holyfield, I've got a new book out. He's got a quote in here. But one of the things he said in this book, he said, you can't, what did he say? He said something really good. He said, it's not getting knocked down. I mentioned his name because I want you, it makes sense when you know it was a boxer. I'm not just trying to drop names like, hey, I know Evander Holyfield. I'm not a name dropper, trust me. If anything I've learned from spending time with Oprah, it's that you shouldn't drop names, okay? Evander Holyfield said, it's not getting knocked down that makes you lose the fight. It's not getting back up. We all get knocked down. But how do you get back up, get back in the game? And it's a habit that successful people have. They have the courage to take the risk, to try again, to not give up. And as I've studied these successful people, I put it together, and I'm just going to share with you a couple of the habits tonight. Today we just got a few minutes together, but these are some habits I found from great achievers that have really made the difference in their life and have helped them really to achieve the success that they desire to achieve. And when I think of greats, Sir Edmund Hillary, we talked about earlier, that one statement sparked in me this journey of personal growth and development. If you want to activate success in your life, whether you want to be a successful dad, whether you want to be a successful entrepreneur, whether you want to be a successful spouse, businesswoman, whatever it is that you want to be successful at, I'm going to tell you what will activate that success in your life. And it begins with a personal growth plan. It begins with a desire to grow and to learn, because three things. Number one, write this down. Come on, get you a pen, get your phone, something, write this down. First thing I want you to understand, growth is not automatic. You're going to have to develop a habit. Habits get you, what happens in your daily routine will lead you to success. Personal growth is part of your daily routine. You got to learn something every day. If you want tomorrow to be different than today, you got to learn something today that will make tomorrow different. If you go into tomorrow with the same information you have today, you don't have it tomorrow, you got a longer today. So you got to understand it's your responsibility to grow. I can't grow for you. Your boss, your employees, your spouse, whoever can't grow for you. You're going to have to make personal growth. you're only young once, you can be immature indefinitely. It's a choice to learn. It's a choice to grow. And so you've got to learn to take responsibility. And if you don't make personal growth a habit, if you don't make personal growth your responsibility, it is never going to happen. And the road to anything worthwhile is always uphill. I'm just going to tell you right now. So the sooner you get started, the sooner you'll get to reaching your God-given potential. You know, the reason the first grade desks are so small is because you're not supposed to be sitting in them when you're 23. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to learn. You're supposed to develop. And so I love what Henry Ford said. He said, it's been my observation that successful people get ahead during the time that other people waste, which is another trait that so many people, or another habit that so many people are trying to break, and that's the habit of procrastination. I wrote a book, and we all have some habits in our life that we'd like to break. I wrote this book called Make That, Break That. It's all about breaking bad habits, how to break bad habits and make new ones that lead to success. And we've had some great people that have endorsed the book. John Maxwell, he's one that knows how to develop habits. One of his habits is still to this day, writing every day. Has he written so many books? And I'm excited to announce I partnered with him. And I said, John, between you and I, if we partner together, we have now sold over 34 million books between John Maxwell and myself together, 34 million books. And that's why it's always good to partner with people, because he sold 34 million. And with my, few 100,000, now we got over 34 million together. I'm kidding, people. But anyway, he's got a great quote here. Another person that knows how to develop some habits, Drew Brees. And I'm just so grateful for Joel Osteen, people like that have said, hey, this book is going to help you. This book will help you. Developing these habits will help you. And so I've studied the subconscious mind. How do you break bad habits? So often we're trying to figure out how to break bad habits. We never develop the new habits. But what if you just replaced bad habits with good habits? Even the Bible tells us that. You go to the principle, how do you overcome evil? You overcome evil with good. How do you overcome bad habits? You overcome bad habits by creating new and better habits, like developing the habit of learning something every single day. What do they say? How do you build a building? One brick at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So I encourage you, number one, find time to learn. Find time to grow every single day. And that makes you become teachable. And when you become teachable, the great basketball coach, John Wooden, he said, what counts most is what you learn after you know it all. You ever had someone like that? Always just seems to know everything. Any idea you have, the first thing they do is tell you why it won't work because they've got a better idea. And listen, I've had better ideas sometimes, but you don't have to say it. I always know there's something I can learn. There's something I can learn in every situation. What counts most is what you learn after you know it all. The more you learn, the less you think you have to learn. And then what happens is you become unteachable. And you never wanted to develop the bad habit of being unteachable. Most people have a bad habit with procrastination. I'm going to learn something one of these days. Now, you know what? I'm going to start that diet tomorrow. Procrastination. I was going to write a book on procrastination, but I've never got around to it. Try to learn something every single day. Here's another one. Growth today brings success tomorrow. I told you I'm going to give you 3 things. Number one, growth is not automatic. It's your responsibility. Now, I can tell you one thing, just because you're on these moments with me right now, shows me that you're a person that wants to grow. Shows me that you're a person that wants to learn. So you're good. You're doing good on number one already. You're making it your responsibility because you've chosen to take this time to grow and to develop, to activate success in your life. And then number 2, growth today brings success tomorrow. What you sow today determines what you reap tomorrow. Has so much to do with your mindset and changing your mindset. You know, they say it takes about 66 days to develop a habit. About 66 days. What that tells me is about once a quarter, you could develop a new habit. Now, if you did that 1 year from now, you'd have 4 new success habits. If you could develop 4 new success habits over the next 5 years, now you've got 20 brand new habits. Imagine where you could be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Imagine where you'd be a year from now if you just took time to develop one new habit every 3 months. One thing I have worked on is developing the habit of continually stretching my thinking. You got to work on your thinking. I've got a new book going to come out later this year all about your mindset or your thinking and how I've developed habits to constantly increase my mindset. I think it was Oliver Wendell Holmes that said, once your mind is stretched with a new idea, it will never go back to its original dimension. Once your mind is stretched with a new idea, I encourage you to develop the habit of stretching your thinking. What can you do that will make tomorrow different than today? Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff in here. I hope, you know what, you need to get a hold of this book. I believe it's really going to help you because it's your personal habits that are really keeping you from reaching your potential. It's your personal habits that are really keeping you from living the life that's available to you. And when you begin to discover God's plan in creating people, it had a habitual nature to it. There's so much good stuff in here. I hope you'll get a hold of this book. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you an easy way to get it. I talk about, as I've studied thousands of hours, I studied great achievers, and I found the common qualities in their life that made them great and how you can develop those same qualities in your life. And there's habits. Successful people, great people have totally different habits than average people. It's like wealthy people think totally different than poor people. It's a different way of looking at things, of thinking about things. I talk about all that in this book, Make That, Break That. And I want you to get a copy of it. You know what, here's what I'm gonna do. I've developed something, what we call Dr. Dave's Success Circle. Now, it's not for everybody, but there's always some people that say, man, I like the way you talk. I understand. There are some people that would fly around the world to hear me talk. There's other people that wouldn't drive across the street. I understand. I'm not called to everybody, but I am called to somebody. Maybe what I'm saying is ringing in your ears, and you're like, this guy could help me. I'd love to help you. That's what a coach does. It helps you. He helps you develop a map to get you from where you are to where you want to be. I can help you through this book, of course, but when you get the book, I'm going to make this available to you. If they can put this on the screen, freedavemartinbook.com. Now, don't get, I know you're shocked, right? Are you seriously a free book? That's right. And this is a beautiful book, hardback, beautiful book that I've put together. And I'm going to send it to you absolutely free. I'm also going to give you 30-day free trial within the Success Circle. A couple times a month, I'll come on, we'll do a coaching call where I'll walk you through some different area or thing that we're working on. I have different guests on. You might jump on one week, and there's John Maxwell. You might jump on another week, and there's Larry Winters, or who knows who else we might get to come on the call. And I've got some pretty good friends that are going to help coach us. You'll be getting all kind of things, some other products, and you get this book in the mail. Go to freedavemartinbook.com right now. Let me give you the third one before we run out of time. But freedavemartinbook.com. You can get a copy of this book, Make That, Break That. It's all about habits. Just getting this book will be worth it. You say, why are you giving it to us for free? Well, the main reason is because I was afraid you wouldn't buy it. And you need it. You got to have this book because, trust me, I believe it's going to help you. If you like where you're at, then you're happy. Stay right there. But if you want tomorrow to be different than today, I'm going to coach you on how to make tomorrow better than today, how to make the rest of your life the best. Say that with me real quick. Say, the rest of my life will be the best of, no, say it. Come on, say it right there where you say, the rest of my life will be the best of my life. I want you to keep saying that. Get on that free Dave Martin book. Get that book. I believe it'll really help you. My friend Kevin Durant said, hard work, talent may get you to the top, but hard work is what keeps you there. You got to keep working hard, keep growing, keep developing. But let me give you the last. The last one. Jim Rohn, the great motivational speaker, he said the greatest investment you'll ever make is the investment you make in yourself. The greatest investment you'll ever make is the investment you make in yourself. Never stay satisfied. Number 3, never stay satisfied with your current accomplishments. Never stay satisfied with your current accomplishments. The greatest enemy of tomorrow's success is today's success. Thinking you've arrived, thinking you've made it. What happens after your team wins the Super Bowl? They go to Disney World, and then they go right back to practicing and developing those habits that led them to the Super Bowl last year. If you want to live your life in the Super Bowl, you've got to develop these habits. I want to help you. freedavemartinbook.com. Get it. Also, join me for 30 days. Our next coaching session is coming up in just a few days. I've got a special guest with me. We're going to be talking about imagination and developing the power of visualization. It's one of the most powerful keys that has gotten me to where I am today. Also, this whole thing is about the Activation Challenge, which I encourage you to get a copy of Inspire magazine. Not just because the person on the cover is so handsome. That's one reason to get it. I mean, I'm the centerfold as well. This is beautiful, but I'm kidding. It's not. But there's a great article in here that'll help you, and many great articles from some of the greatest leaders in marketplace ministry, some of the greatest leaders in business, Christian business leaders who are following the principles and sharing the principles with you. And you can get a year's subscription right now by going to the Activation Challenge, the Inspire Collection. Get it today. You'll see it right there. You see, just all you got to do is click that link, go to that website, get the book, get the magazine. Today is your day. I mean, it's just flowing. Chris, I'm telling you, we are helping people today and getting them information that's going to make their tomorrow better than their today. It's been an honor to be with you. I hope this has helped you. Let us know. Just pop in there. Let me know one thing you got out of this tonight. One thing that helped you. Let us know. Chris, thank you again. I hope people will go right to get that magazine, get all this information, and I promise you, it's gonna make things better. All right. God bless you, Chris.
We hope this conversation with Dave Martin has left you feeling both motivated and inspired. For more content, you can sign up for the Inspire Collective magazine and get your first year subscription absolutely free. For more on this offer, visit us at inspirecollective.com. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week for more of the Inspire Collective podcast.